Take two. No, anyway, yeah, this is my second time recording this video. Actually, I kept getting interrupted by that, and it looked horrible at the first minute. So I was like, "Fuck no, that's not getting put on." And yeah, the only reason I'm doing this video, another politic video, is because I kind of majorly forgot that Wisconsin is going to be hosting a huge, pretty much thing for who's going to be the nominees tonight. And I live in Wisconsin, so I'm pretty much, if I've already done other politic videos, I might as well do one now. It makes no sense not to. So, if Donald Trump wins, I think he would already have the Republican nominee because it'd be nothing short of a miracle if somehow he wins. Again, the Republican Party does not like Donald Trump, so they'll do anything they can to get him out of there. But the reason why I think they would just want him to be the nominee anyway, because I think like this, it would be so weird if he won in a state where that should be most as much anti-Trump as anybody. You would think Wisconsin would be that state. And why not? He's a guy that likes Scott Walker. He likes Scott Walker. This guy likes Scott Walker, guys. Come on now. Scott Walker sucks. Our public schools suck because of him and everything. Everything sucks about Scott Walker. I mean, my school right now, I think if we don't get the right president, I've been hearing things like we're cutting art, we're cutting choir, we're cutting all those things. So if you are in my school watching this video and you actually love those things and you like art, you like choir, you like all the elective classes and stuff, just trying to think of what high school will be without those. You're just gonna have history and all that. See, those might end up getting cut. So right now, this is huge for a lot of public schools in Wisconsin. If we don't get the right person, we're done. Well, they're done in terms of a lot of things. Like it's gonna be so much. Right now, schools are gonna take in Wisconsin are gonna have to take another, and just public schools in general are gonna have to take another $5,000 deficit again. Like that's how much they're taking away from them, and they don't have that kind of money anyway. So teachers are also pretty broke, and it's kind of sad, but at the same time, you think teachers make all this money, but in reality, teachers don't make all this money. They really don't. Probably make they probably make better than someone at McDonald's, but that doesn't necessarily mean they make it big. Yeah, teachers don't make all this big money. That and the teachers that are now, they are at least most of them are at least 30 or older, so they don't have any student loan debt or anything. Think of kids that want to be teachers nowadays. They're gonna have to have so much student loan debt. It's not even gonna be funny. Where they will be like it'll basically cost them an arm and a leg unless you're born into a rich family. If you're like me, you're born into a middle class family, it'll cost you an arm and a leg just to go to college, and then you'll have to do all the stupid shit. And once you do all this stupid shit, you have to pay back the fucking college for dumb shit. And then once you finally get out in the world just to graduate college, you might just barely have a chance to go make some fucking money because the fucking college wants all that money back that you might have gotten for other things. Like, god damn it, it costs people an arm and a leg to go to 4 extra years of school. Well, I say fuck college, realistically, but I know you kind of have to do it these days, but fuck college. Fuck that son of a bitch-ass place. Taking nothing but your money. You ain't learning shit there. Like, I hate everything that college stands for, especially in Wisconsin. I hate it so much. I like the sports and all that. Don't get me wrong, I like college sports. But that doesn't define college. God damn. Like, it costs you an arm and a leg just to go there, and for what? To learn shit. Nothing. I know a lot of people that go to college, they don't learn anything. They're only doing it because they know they have to if they want to get a good job someplace. Yeah, basically it costs you an arm and a leg just to go to more schooling. That's so fucking dumb. Then these people have to pay back a lot of money that they might have gotten through scholarships or something, and then they can't even go make any more money because they have to keep paying that off. It's horrendous. This, yeah, Wisconsin is such a bad place. Wisconsin could be a very bad place if we get someone like Trump in presidency. Not really. Maybe not his fault, but he supports people like Scott Walker. He really does. And if you know what Scott Walker is doing to Wisconsin, then again, I'm just going to tell you this. If you are in my school, and if you like sports programs, you like history, that doesn't mean they're going to cut things like, oh, they're going to cut volleyball, they're going to cut football. They'll try and keep as many sports around as they can, but they're going to have to do something. They'll have to cut something. Something's got to go in order for the school to stay alive. They might just have to cut choir. They might have to cut art. Just because you may not like it, but think of how it will be for maybe one of your friends do. Just, think about it. Our generation and people my age really need to start caring, because you can't start caring when it's already too late. Like, let's say they do cut. Let's say, because I know the girls' volleyball team for my school, I'm going to be Donald Trump. They're a bunch of lovely young ladies. And I mean, one of them is like one of the best girls I've ever seen. She's like so hot. No, anyway, but God damn it. Okay. But yeah, they're a bunch of lovely ladies, and they love to play volleyball. Not only that, they're like incredible at it. I mean, this is just a young varsity team. That's the thing about them. They're a young varsity team. They're not full of seniors. They're not full of juniors or sophomores. They are just full of sophomores and freshmen. They are a young varsity team. They will be the greatest team ever. Well then, Mr. Trawick, would you like to cut the volleyball team then? So that way at least the school can stay afloat? I mean, those girls would be very upset and everything. They would love volleyball and everything. Well, you'll see, like, the Republican Party would want me to... No, Mr. Trawick. This is not something you could dodge. Just answer the yes or no question. Well, I kind of... Do you like volleyball? Yeah, do you like volleyball? Because if you like volleyball, then yeah, I'll go on this huge conversation and try to change subjects. I don't know the fucking answer. So I'm just gonna try and tell people. I know I doubt anyone from my school is watching this video. Maybe besides a few friends, but you can't. I'm just gonna tell you this. I don't try and say I never warned you, because you can't start caring once it's too late. If you're a football jock and you love football, what if they cut football from the school because they have to make money? They have to still make money to pay the thing. Well, are you going to care then? It'll already be too late. You could have done something before, but you didn't even care to try. See, and I already did a rant about my generation, but I don't want to do another one. That video, it kind of made me a little bit kind of inside that I did that, but it kind of had to be done for me. Our generation is stupid. Like, half of our people only care about Justin Bieber and stuff, and we fail to realize that he shouldn't be mattering right now. He really shouldn't be. When you have an election like this should be kind of your main focus. I know politics are boring. I know. But sometimes there are things that matter besides Justin Bieber. I know. I probably mind-fucked you there, but still. Right now, there are things that we need to actually really worry about, and I know. I know our school district, my school district anyway, is definitely gonna, depending on what happens this year with shit that happens, there could be some things that happen, and I know a lot of kids in my school will be very upset about certain things that are probably gonna happen. Like, again, we are lucky enough to still have... Think of all the other schools in Wisconsin. They don't have choir. A lot of schools in Wisconsin do not have stuff like choir and stuff. If you want these programs to keep continuing, you better be very smart with who you elect right now, because A lot of public schools don't have them anymore, and I'm not trying to scare anybody because I shouldn't be talking about this, but I've learned information about certain things, so I'm just really trying to get your awareness. I just learned certain information, and if things don't go the way the school district needs it to this year, there's gonna be some interesting things that'll be cut. I'm not trying to scare anybody with that, but that's just how it is. The almighty dollar has kind of become a person of its own. So I don't know what else to tell you. And I know we can't vote, but you can definitely try and encourage like people who are 18 to think logically before they just vote. Maybe, other things. Just try and 18 or older, try and encourage people to think logically. You don't have to get in a huge political debate with them, but just do something. Because if you truly care about it, you're going to do something about it. That's how I view it. But yeah, I heard some pretty interesting things that might be cut, and I'm not. And I'm gonna say this right now: if you're like if you're like one of my friends that play football, that's not gonna happen. I was using sports as an example, as far as I've heard, and I'm not gonna say how I know these things because, again, I'm not. I wasn't really. I really shouldn't even been saying that. But hey, I heard, not, and I'm not even literally eavesdropping. I just heard certain things that were saying so. It's not eavesdropping. It's literally I was there, and I heard it all. I'm just gonna tell you that, yeah, if you're like a first member of the girls volleyball team that I spoke about, or like someone else, no, that's not being cut. As far as I heard, no, it's not being cut. It could be. I only heard a small portion of it because then they shut the doors. But because they were talking loud and they didn't want us to hear, so we could still hear, but I didn't hear everything at that point. So, yeah. But yeah, I really just want you guys to consider who you want as president, because Wisconsin, get ready, because it's kind of coming up, the presidency, and whoever won Wisconsin for both parties, if it's Trump, he wins the nominee. And in fact, I'd rather see Trump win the nominee than Cruz. As much as it pains me to say, Cruz is much more of a weasel than Trump is. Trump is an authoritarian. That I can talk about on my next video. In fact, I just want to do a whole video ranting on Trump, but at the same time I don't. I don't want that to be the main focus of the videos. But the news team, and I don't know if I said this in the other video, so I'm making sure I say this now. The news team they said it like this. They asked the Fox News, not even just Fox News, but other news teams, ABC and stuff, they were like, oh, why do people like Trump? Oh, well, he's an authoritarian. And they say that casually, like, yeah, of course, he's an authoritarian. Yeah. He's not authoritative, he's an authoritarian. And I hope you know what that means. No joke. Do you actually know what the word authoritarian actually means? That means... it's basically what Hitler is. An authoritarian is a dictator. Like, they don't get their authority by actually preaching and democratizing and republicing or whatever you want to say, like we do here in the United States. They fight their way into power and they beat it into the people that you will obey me and you will obey only me, and they try to do the same to other countries. So that's what an authoritarian is. And if you think Trump is that and you think that's good, look what happened to guys like Hitler and stuff, and look what happened to their countries. So I'm just going to tell you, if you think he's an authoritarian, oh my God, we better beware. Because that's crazy. An authoritarian? And they said that straight up, like, he's an authoritarian. The news, he's an authoritarian. And they just said that like it's nothing. He's like, that's another word for a dictator. They think he's a dictator. Shouldn't that actually be a bigger deal to people? Like, they like him because they think he's a dictator? I really hope that's not correct. Please, Trump supporters, tell me that's not correct.